Hello and welcome back to Dollar Less Food. And as you guys know, I said I was going to pick up a food item on my little trip and then I was going to review it separately. And I've decided enough time has passed for you guys to probably be like, yeah, we should just see what we got. Well, we went to a place I'd never been to. This place is called Buc-ee's. You may have heard of it. If you're driving down the highway, going down the road, you might see it's a big, it's weird. It was like a truck stop, but there were no trucks, if that makes sense. And this was the biggest gas station convenience store I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm kidding you not. I was like pump 200 and something there, gas pumps everywhere, and there's like a store. And then we're not talking like just like so sometimes you go to a gas station, it's big size, or you go to like a Pilot Flying J. They have the shop with the stuff for the truckers, and there's like sometimes like a Denny's attached and stuff like that. This one was a little bit different. It was there, but then I walk in. And then there's that's all I can think is it was just massive. This was probably like the size of like a Walmart. Maybe not as much for if you're from like a big area Walmart, but if you remember maybe like a Kmart size area. So you know what I'm talking about. It's big. And then I just go in and I walk in and there's food everywhere. There's a wall of soft drinks. There's a straight up jerky bar. There's stuff that you'd see sold in like a Cracker Barrel almost section over there. And then there's stuff for your car as well and snacks. And they had hot food too, but the things that I ended up seeing, they were 2 for $2. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They have these little bagged snacks from the company itself. And here we got the baked cheese curls. Similar to a Cheetos, I'm assuming. And I always like to try if an individual place has their own brand. I mean, you gotta try it. You go to the 7-Eleven, you can try the 7-Eleven chips. We've all had them, but are they usually as good as our Frito-Lay chips? Typically not, let's be honest. But these, I like the brand, I like the packaging. For the record, I also got these original pork cracklings, which I'm gonna try also later. And unrelated to that, they had Rich Bits for $1 too, so I was safe. Another thing that I found that I'm not going to actually do a review on, but I'm just going to do a little mini right now. I was at another place in Georgia at a different gas station chain, and I saw these Bud's Best saltine crackers. We all know, if you're a longtime fan on this channel, that I like the Bud's Best. Bud's Best makes some of the best cookies, and I'm not kidding you when I say that. And their mini Nilla wafers are good too. But this pack of saltines, you got 4 of a 2-pack, so 8 saltine crackers. This pack right here, 29 cents. I had a pack of these earlier when on my trip because I was hungry and I was driving, just throwing some crackers in, eat fast. The flavor's good, the good quality cracker. These packs were a little stale, so that's why I didn't want to review them for a full video, because it's nothing wrong with the crackers, because the store probably had them for a year. Who knows how often people buy saltine crackers at a gas station, but for the quality of the flavor of the cracker itself, the salinity level, it's there. These are good crackers. But we don't care about the crackers, because let's be honest, I can make enough eating cracker jokes for days. We're caring about how these cheese curls are. My bad, cheese-y. So we're going to open up the bag. I'm going to give it a good old look inside. As you can see, the bag is filled to this spot here full. None of this little bit up here, air, the rest full. And as you see, it's nice and full. They look like our traditional Cheetos. And in spirit of keeping everything orange, I know some people have reviewed this already that may watch these videos, or you've seen them from other reviewers if you're someone to watch other food reviewers. But I'm trying this with a Mountain Dew Baja Punch. I finally was able to get some of this and try it. And that's going to be our drink with it, because it matches the orangeness. My hat also has some orange in it too, I think, maybe. They got that big old Cheeto crunch. That's what I'm going to compare these to the most, or a cheese doodle. I'm feeling like from the consistency from the first bite and the powderness, more similar to a cheese doodle. But you never want to compare too tight. As you see from the fingers, you get some of the powder. I'm not the nice little soft, barely touch. You know I'm more of a grab and go doodler. So we got it to this flavor. First thing you can tell these are baked. which sounds kind of weird if you think about it, but like when they say baked, sometimes you think, okay, this really gives you the flavor that it is actually like baked. The corn puff, yeah, the curl, it's good. It's nice and light. According to this bag, they're made with real cheese. There's something that you actually can kind of tell. The cheese flavor isn't as synthetic or heavy as, say, like a Cheeto cheese taste is. It does taste like a cheese, like an actual cheese. But it's more of a, dare I say, muted flavor. But these also have a lighter tone to them, so they're not as, like, heavy to the stomach. They're much more airy and fluffy, in a sense, which is kind of hard to really basically explain. But as you see how here, you look at them, and I'm going to break one inside. See the distribution inside? If it'll focus. Yeah, see how it's a bit more airy inside and not just corn condensed? Which makes it for a nice taste, because these aren't not filling, but they don't have that overfilling heaviness that some puffs like this have. I would say these are much more similar to a cheese doodle flavor for the cheese powder than the Cheeto, if you know what I'm talking about, if you're familiar with cheese doodles. Very similar overall. If I'm being personally honest, maybe this has been ingrained in me, and that's how I've always taught, and not thought, but always just eat. And Cheetos are my default. Compared to this, compared to a cheese doodle, but for the curls like this, they're good. They're different enough so I can tell, like, yes, this is something different. However, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I probably would get Cheetos over these if it wasn't for just the novelty of getting the item. Although the size of the bag is bigger than you'll get for the Cheetos, so the bang for the buck is there. I'm still eating them, as you guys can see. I'm trying to know why I'm still eating them, but they're good. If I'd give this a rating, I'm going to be honest, there's something that just is a little off about the taste of the corn puff itself. The cheese flavor goes well with it, but I would rather the formula for the puff itself to be slightly different. So I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. It's weird. It's one of those things where you can't exactly explain 100% why it's not next level, but it's good. It's very good. I'd give it a try, but it's not at that just next level putting up. And you guys know that I don't just throw out next level willy-nilly, as you guys have been watching me long enough. Alright, this has been Dollar or Less Food, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's slightly longer than normal, so I'm prepared to see you guys watch like 1 minute of it only, realistically, but if you sticked around this long, thank you so much. This has been Dollar or Less Food, and secretly, I do like the band Hollywood Undead, but I've never said that on camera before.